All right, so I think we're back. After 2 weeks hiatus, I've now had a session that's more than just bloody minimum. So I did a bit of benching today and a bit of incline, along with the daily squat of 140. I still have a runny nose. I think this is going to be just a post-viral, nasal drip. It's going to go on for a little while. I can't wait for that. I feel pretty good within myself. So yeah, 3 sets of 100 kilo bench and then 20 kilo dumbbells, 3 sets again. 3 sets of 20 on the incline and then 3 sets of 5. Damn. 3 sets of 5 on the bench press. As you guys recall, I've done 3 sets of 25 in the past. My max is 27 reps with 100 kilos. Same width, same positioning, same everything. So 100 feels heavy, as expected, not just because of the sickness, but also because I haven't benched in close to 3 months, if not longer. Throughout the whole of the squatting focus period, where everything I did was for the squat, I didn't do any benching. So I basically come around to the other side of all of this, and now I'm going to do some benching again. I'm kind of flirting with the idea of trying to do somewhat of a squat heavy routine again, like replicate what I did before, but somehow have benching in the mix. I don't know how that's going to work. Obviously, the next few weeks, I'm not going to be feeling strongest in anything, but maybe substituting some of that upper back volume with bench. Something that I realized was that when you get the legs involved and when you kind of arch and, you bench with your whole body, the upper back takes quite a big hit. So in a way you could take benching as an upper back exercise as well. Obviously, if I was going to try and push the bench press, I wouldn't be squatting a lot and all the accessories with that. I'm going to try and kind of in the next few weeks, while I'm kind of building up my reserves again, building up my fitness, my strength, maybe I'll play around with everything. I'll try and, do benching now. With the benching, I've never done incline all that seriously, but I'm going to try put incline in there. I even thought about flies today, but I think it's too much. I'm already buggered. After a 35, 40-minute session, I'm already breathless and puffed. I've lost a lot. And also, obviously, tomorrow, I don't know how I'm going to feel, but one of these days I'm going to also do some lower body stuff. So I'm planning to do, obviously, the adductor machine and the abductor machine. I want to get back into those, but also I feel like I want to still have the belt squats in there somewhere. I'm not going to do the low bar squats for a little while, give them a rest, and maybe just plug them in when I really want to perform well, under the PR conditions and all that. I think low bar does something for me that's really beneficial. But I don't want to run that for too long, because that is very taxing, very demanding, and I think it takes away from a lot of everything else. So a bit of a session here. I'm going to explore this. Obviously, I can't push full on just yet. I'm going to ease into it. A bit of legs, a bit of back, a bit of chest. Get the heart pumping a little bit, get the sweat going a little bit, and see if I can, get some fitness back over the next few weeks, and then see how I go. But as always, I still have to go back to the hips and make sure they're strong before I even think about lifting heavy weights on the squat. And obviously the bench press, the shoulders, all of that. This is the thing. You can't just, jump into the same weights and same pushing. Like, you have to take care of some of these weaker aspects of the lifts. Like for me, elbows, for me, hips. If I do some prehab work on that, the more prehab strength that I build in those joints, the longer of a peak run I can have, and that's simple as it gets. So if I really want to try and push for that 240, I really have to build a big base with those hips to make sure I can tolerate 2 months of heavy squatting. Because eventually you run out of that hip health, and then you have to deload and restructure and rebuild that base. So that's what I've got going on. And straight away, as I've done this, I already feel better. I already feel alive. I already feel like, I'm back into the swing of things. So I don't think being static is all that good for me. The endorphins don't get released. I just sit around and do nothing. So already with just a little bit more work and huffing and puffing, I already feel better and inspired, and I look forward to moving. I think this is going to be me for the rest of my life. Just once you've done something for bloody 6 years in a row and then you take it away, you're going to feel a freaking void. It's just like any other drug, I suppose. This is the habit. This is the lifestyle I've built for myself, and changing it or something preventing it is a big hit. The NBA players talk about it, the soccer players talk about it. Even though my little hobby here is not as big as a professional basketballer, an NBA 15-year career, but still it's significant enough that I care about it enough that it impacts me when it gets taken away. So this is a big part of my life. Everyone around me knows it. It's not about setting world records. It's just about living a healthy, fuller life and progressing in some aspect that you deem satisfactory for you and pleasurable for you. So that's what it's about. Appreciate you guys. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.